The rules of etiquette are based on two things. The golden rule, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. Does anyone know the golden rule? Yes. Do unto others as you would want others to do unto you, right? That's respect right there. Take that a notch up is the platinum rule. So what is the platinum rule? The platinum rule is treating people as they would like to be treated. So that's going beyond yourself and making it about them.
Imagine, let your imagination run wild. So you may have received the program outline and the brochure ahead of today, right? You may have seen my profile. So you would have had a certain level of expectation. So imagine that I walk in and what you see is someone wearing, we'll start from my feet. So someone wearing platform heels, maybe about 6-inch heels with a massive platform in the front. Let's say that's the first thing you notice. And I want you to visualize this as I describe it. So you start looking up a little bit, and then you see a skirt that looks like a handkerchief on you, like the skirt is sitting here. And then you look up to go up to my face to see whether, is this the same person whose face we saw on the, in the brochure and on the flyers and everything else? And then you see a few rings around my belly button because my skirt, which ends here, begins here. And then I'm wearing a little crop top, which is not just a crop top, but it's got a deep plunge that goes all the way here. And I've got all kinds and sorts showing that would make the guys very excited. And then you're looking at my hands, and my nails are like coffin nails. Is that what they call it? So there's these nails that I hear are so long and so pointy that they look like, they're going to be used to shut a coffin. So you notice that. And it's in all the wild colors you can imagine. One is red, one is green, one is purple, one is everything else. And then you're thinking, okay, no, it must be somebody else. But then you look at my face and realize it's me, and I've got this blonde wig, and it's hanging down here, a few inches below my skirt. And I'm walking up this stage. What's going to be your reaction? Is there anyone who's going to get up and leave? Yes? Yes, the guys would like to stay because maybe I'm just about to twerk, right? That would be some good entertainment for them. But beyond the twerking, if I try to talk to you about standards, what would you think? You think I'm a joke, right? In fact, if I came walking in that way, even the security guards at the gate are very unlikely to let me in. These may be people who see me every day coming to work at the Public Affairs Directorate. But if they saw me, they wouldn't even think it's me. And they wouldn't let me in because you're not allowed to enter UPSA looking like you're going to the Lagos Avenue at 6 p.m. or the Togo Embassy roundabout. There's a place for every kind of dressing. And for every profession, there's a way to present yourself. So if you presented yourself in a manner that did not befit the sort of respect that you want to be given, should you blame anyone? Idea of going to work and being an impactful and successful professional is to go and put on the table what is in your head, isn't it? So going to put what is outside of your body, like a Christmas tree, on the table is not necessary. Indeed, that makes you a distraction. A lot of us ladies complain about our male colleagues making inappropriate remarks about us. Or sometimes you're sitting having a serious discussion with somebody and you can tell that their eyes are fixed on your chest. Guys, you're guilty of that, right? How many of you are Okay, I see a few hands. Half the time I don't blame you. You see, when somebody puts on a show, you're likely to want to watch. So if you're going to work and you've got all your goods on display and you want to insist that nobody watches, I don't know what to think of you.
So let's try and avoid that. Let's just have clothes that fit as well, clothes that enhance our physical attributes. Sometimes you pick the wrong clothes, even for work. Sometimes you pick clothes because you've seen some model wearing it online and it looks good. Or we've seen somebody wearing it and it looks good on the person. We need to understand our body line. We need to understand our complexion. We need to identify colors that wear with us and make us look good. When we wear clothes, we're not wearing the clothes because we want the clothes to look good on us. Think about these two statements. Oh, you look so nice in your outfit. Versus, that looks really nice on you. Which one do you want to be? There are two different things. The outfit looks nice on you means that when you appear, it's the outfit that you're seeing. But you can wear an equally amazing outfit. Sometimes the one thing that makes the difference is the color. And you will be the one looking nice in it. So we need to understand our complexion, and we need to understand that when we appear, we should be seen, and not necessarily the clothes may be beautiful. It's supposed to work for you. You're not supposed to work for the clothes. You're not selling for the designer of the outfit. You're selling yourself. And so we need to understand what works for us and go for that. Another thing that's so important when it comes to business etiquette is our behavior. How do we behave when we find ourselves in certain settings? And the Vice Chancellor wanted me to particularly talk about this. And your Dean as well emphasized it, that we should talk about dining. I'll tell you a story. There was a day when I was attending an event, and I went in and sat down. To be honest, I was quite hungry. I usually lay the foundation. Laying the foundation means that when you're invited to an event, make sure you don't arrive hungry. Because one, you're not being invited because the host thinks you're hungry. They are inviting you perhaps to engage in a conversation. They are inviting you because maybe they want your presence at their event, because it elevates the level or the standard of your event. People invite you for different reasons, but the fact that you're hungry and you need food is not one of them. So when you go to an event, don't go and look like you're hungry. Anyway, back to the story I was telling. So I had arrived, I hadn't had the opportunity to lay my usual foundation. But I'm also mindful, even when I haven't laid the foundation, to eat as if I have laid the foundation. Because when I find myself in environments like that, the key thing I'm looking for is to network. And I cannot network effectively with my mouth full the whole time. I can't have a conversation with people. Anyway, so I'm sitting down, and I'm waiting for the food to arrive. I couldn't wait for the bread rolls to land on my side plate because I really needed to nibble on something, like I was dying. Then the bread comes, and the lady sitting to my left grabbed my bread. Unfortunately for me, the lady sitting to my right, has her manners intact. And so she went for the bread that's hers, which is the one on her left. Now the lady sitting to my left, I take the bread on her right, which means that left, right, bread, gone. There I was. Imagine if you were in my situation. So, well, no problem. I sat there,
I was a bit embarrassed to ask the waiter for another bread roll because it was a very formal setting. The waiter might think, hey, black woman, you've eaten the bread, you want more. So I just let that go. I thought I'll just wait for the food. Now the food comes, I'm happy, I'm enjoying my meal. This person who took my bread is just sitting there. And everything that was being said, this person just signaled no thank you. And I'm thinking, but you not take my bread, I mean, you were hungry, so why aren't you eating? Long story short, after dessert, when there was dancing, and I thought, well, let me get to know this lady. So I engaged her in a conversation, even though she had stolen my bread and I was upset with her. And she said to me, my sister, you don't know how hungry I was. But all the cutlery on this table, I was confused, I didn't know what to do. That's why I said I won't eat. I thought, how sad! I mean, the woman was hungry. She literally grabbed my bread ball in London. Oh, and guess what? She ate the other one too. But she wasn't intimidated by what she saw on the table. And this happens to the best of us sometimes. We go to a very formal environment, we find a very complex table setting, and then we get confused, and because of that, we will stop. We'll say, oh, I'm not hungry. When indeed, I'm hungry. Do we want to be in that situation? Ideally not. How do we avoid that? It's by learning the rules of dining etiquette. And there are different rules of dining etiquette, and they are culture-based. There's Asian dining etiquette. Even if you went into Asian dining, Japanese dining etiquette is different from Chinese dining etiquette. If you look at European, there's continental European dining etiquette, and then you may want to zoom into English dining etiquette as well. In Africa, we're a bit more fortunate. We are inclined towards continental dining, but the main utensils for most of our dishes is the best utensils in the world, our fingers. But it is still important to understand these rules so that we're able to navigate every dining setting. We know that these days, a lot of business takes place over meals. And I'll share a personal example with you. In December, I was attending my cousin's 50th birthday celebration. We were, do I want to say this? We were on a yacht somewhere, enjoying the life. And there was a lady who was seated next to me. And while we were sitting there drinking champagne, a conversation ensued. Within 15 minutes of that conversation, there had been a transaction. And that transaction was a $200,000 grant. It wasn't for me, I didn't get it for myself. But I had been able to get this lady to commit, and it was just over a dining setting. She and I were sitting there. The food hadn't even arrived. We were just enjoying champagne. And I got this out of it. It's as simple as that. A lot of the time when interviews are conducted these days, one of the final stages is over a meal. So you may be one of the top 3 candidates, but if you're put out there at that table and you're not able to navigate it effectively, somebody else gets an advantage over you. Is it fair? Well, maybe not, but that's the reality, and it's happened to a lot of people. I know someone who missed out on a huge opportunity because she just didn't exhibit appropriate manners in a dining setting. And that was because the role that this person was interviewing for required the candidate, a successful candidate, to be engaging in such activities. This what's called business social. A lot of business is done in social settings these days.
So being dexterous and being confident in that sort of environment is key for us as professionals. Today we're going to have a mini dining tutorial. If we wanted to do a full dining etiquette seminar, that's a whole day's affair. But we're going to run through it. Unfortunately, the visuals that would aid us, I'm going to have to send you images of that as well so that you can understand. I would do a very quick setup of a formal, should I do maybe a 5-course meal. Okay, so first to go would be a tablecloth. Okay, we can get on with this. And then we are going to lay out the cutlery. So what you've got here is the basic sort of setup that you're likely to see at an event in Ghana, or if you went to a restaurant in Ghana. You would just see, okay, so the way that the cutlery has been placed is not the correct way to place it. Forks on your left, on your right it will be your knife facing inwards, and then the outside of that should be the spoon. And your tablecloth is on now. Now we're going to place our cutlery on. So when you approach a table, there's a trick to help you to navigate it, no matter the level of formality. I'm sure some of you know this already. And I'm going to need some help to demonstrate this with a microphone. I'll go back to the setting right now. Yes, thank you. So can you do this to your hands? I need the mic. Can you do this to your hands? Have you got that? No, just let me be like this so you can see. Do you see my hands? Those in the back, can you see my hands as well? Okay, so what I've done is my index finger and my thumb, I've got the tips together, and then the rest are up there. So bring it closer to your face and look at it this way. What letter does this look like? The alphabet, A, B, C, D. What does this look like? Sorry? It looks like a B, right? Okay, and what does this look like? It looks like a B. So when you approach a table, whether there's 10 million glasses on the table and 5 forks and 10 knives, and no matter how confusing it looks and how complex it looks, what's yours is your B and your D. The B represents your bread, which means that the side plate to your left is what's yours. The D represents drinks. It means that all the glasses on your right are the ones that are yours. It may seem okay when you find yourself in a place where people don't know this, so everybody's taking anything at all. But when you find yourself in a place where everybody at the table knows that the bread on the left is the one that's theirs, or the side plate on the left is the one that's theirs, and the glasses on the right are the ones that are theirs, then you're going to be found wanting. So it's important to bear it in mind. If you ever find yourself in a very formal environment and there are so many glasses and the whole table looks chaotic, just don't worry about anything. Sit down and just think of your B and your D. And nobody will think, he stole my bread, like it happened to me. Are we going to remember that? Just in case you forget your B and your D. Sometimes I get confused. I have to think, okay, left, right, which one is my left, which one is my right? But just in case you forget your B and your D, there's another trick. Everybody knows the car BMW, right? Now the acronym stands for something else, but we're not here to do politics. So BMW, can we remember that? B means
bread, and I'm not talking about the car now, but in terms of dining etiquette, your B stands for your bread, your M stands for your meal, and your W stands for water. So the water just represents all your drinks. So that's also another way to just remind you that no matter how complex, whether the table looks bare like this informal one you'd find if you went to Azmira to eat fufu or wherever, this is quite easy. But when you find yourself in a place, and I know that all of you here are going places, and you're going to be dining with the movers and the shakers of the world, so it's important to remember that when you find yourself at that big conference and you're sitting at the table with the important people who would give you all the right opportunities, you remember to take the glass that's yours. Because sometimes we think that these things don't matter, but those who know it, as soon as you pick the wrong glass, they make up their minds about you. Because if you're navigating a rise to the top, dining is not an executive skill. You typically don't learn it in business school, right? But if you're navigating a rise to the top, the general expectation is that you would take the trouble to learn certain things. If you want to become a president, people expect you to learn and put up behavior that is expected of a president, right? So in our own minds, there are certain things that a president of one country or the other would do, and we're saying to yourselves, oh, that's so unpresidential behavior. Have you felt that way about anyone before? A Top Gun behaves in a certain way and you're thinking, but that's inappropriate. It's the same way that as you rise to the top, there are certain basic things that are generally expected that you would know. We'll come back to setting this up. One thing that I have personally found very, very amusing and exciting, and I get to see that a lot when I'm on an aircraft, and it's this. People are given the warm towel or their napkins, and the first thing they do is they grab it and they wipe their faces. No, no, no. When you're given a warm towel in a restaurant or on an airplane, it's not to wipe your face. They don't give it to you because they think you couldn't have a bath to wash your face. It's because you've been touching things and it's to sanitize your hands. That's why they gave you that warm towel. Please don't be one of the people who use it to wipe their faces. Our napkins at the dining table. How many of us put our napkins up here? I know the gentlemen are quite guilty of that. When they're wearing their white shirts and they go to their food, then they tack their napkins in. Does anyone do that? Almost about to say it's wrong. Does anyone do it? Please put your hand up if you do it. Let's see. Now that's a trick and you caught me. Please don't do it. You're not babies. I know your girlfriends and your wives and your boyfriends and husbands would call you baby. But they're lying. You're not a baby. Don't wear a babe. Under no circumstance, do not wear a babe. I promise you, please never do that. If you're dexterous enough with your cutlery, you will never spill food in your clothes. And even when it happens, it will not be catastrophic. We attribute a lot of that babe behavior to what could potentially happen if we spill our soup. I'm going to teach you the trick to drinking soup so that you do not spill it. And it's not magic. If you think about it, you see that it makes sense. We'll be doing that in a moment. So we're setting up a table here right now for a full course meal. We've got our dinner night on there. We've got our salad knife on there. We've got our fish knife on there. How many of us would identify a fish knife if we saw one? All 99. All 44. Wait until you get an invitation to Prince Charles's coronation, and you will see whether all 99. We don't know whether we're going to find ourselves there any day, but we want to be equipped so that if our chief executive ever says, Prof. Enki, let's go to the White House, we know that we are not now going to say, we're going to be just fine, and we're even going to teach him a thing or two. What have we got here? What have we got here? Is it a wine glass? We'll find out whether or not. Let's have a look at this. So this one here, what did we say it was? So did you say champagne glass? Hey, let me just give you a bucket. So this one here is a cognac balloon. That we generally call wine glass. And I think the thing that makes us call the wine glass is because they've got stems. And so we just put them all in one umbrella and call them wine glass. But the general name for them is stemware. Stemware. Okay, yes. So when we're looking at stemware, let's not call all of them wine glasses. So the next time you find yourself in a place where everybody is referring to them as wine glasses, you just say stemware. And then you're going to have a few, hey, then you can just smile. And then the gentleman, next time you go out with your girlfriend, just say, oh, what is the stemware? And then let them ask you, what's that? I'm not saying we're going to them and let them feel bad. Just make conversation when you're short of lyrics. Make conversation with that. This one I'm holding here. What did we say this is again? Wine glass 2. So this wine glass 2 is not wine glass 2 after all. This is a champagne saucer. I know, saucer ni balloon now. So this is a champagne saucer. Next time you see this, please don't call it a wine glass. So this glass here, this one was what wine glass 3. So wine glass 3 is not quite wine glass 3. Wine glass 3 here, and the difference, I don't know if you can see it from the back, but we'll share rotors. You notice that the bowl, okay, maybe I should go through the anatomy of stemware. So stemware has the base, which is what I'm holding now, the bottom. And then the stem, here, and then the bowl. So the bowl of this glass that I'm holding here is shorter than your typical wine glasses. It's rounder, and this is a glass that you would usually have certain cocktails or aperitifs served in. So if you went somewhere, that's obviously a place where things are done properly, and you order, say, a gin and tonic, you could be served in a glass like this. But if you went to the place down the street and asked for a gin and tonic, it would definitely come in any glass. And that's okay, don't fight them. Maybe they just don't know and they just don't have. Remember we talked about levels of formality. So if you go to a chopper, don't expect your GNT in this. But if you find yourself in a Michelin-star restaurant and you ask for a GNT, you will have it in this. And the reason why it's important for us to know is that we don't know when we're going to find ourselves in that environment.
So that when you're served this, we would say, oh, but why have you put my gin in a wine glass? And then they'll give you a look like, excuse me, ma'am? So we want to avoid that. Now we can come to our table here. So all those who clap for themselves for saying this was a wine glass, you can clap for yourselves again. And those who said this is a champagne glass, well, you're correct, but it's appropriately called a champagne flute. Another thing with stemware that you should know, stemware is usually handled by the stem. The only exception is the red wine glass, and we will go on to the red wine glass very soon. If you found yourself at a table like this, where you're seeing 3 forks, and you're seeing 3 knives that look very weird, and you may not even understand why there's so many and what they are for. You will see your champagne glass sitting over here. Why is it there? It's there because the champagne glass usually stays on the table for a long time. So you're either going to have it at the point where you're served dessert, or where a toast is going to be proposed towards the end of the meal, or even the champagne is being served, the champagne glass doesn't leave the table. The setup that I ran over here is for a salad course, a fish course, and perhaps a meat course. So we've got the regular dinner knife and the dinner fork. We've got the fish fork, the fish forks. But the thing with the fish fork is that it doesn't look like the other forks. You will usually find that there's an indentation in the tines, meaning that, you know the tines in between the spaces in between the tines. You'll find that this one makes it right there. That would help you. I'll send you images so you can identify them. The other thing that would help you to identify a fish fork is that it may have the indentations, like this one I've got here. The indentations are not between the tines, but it's on the sides. So it has a very odd shape. Another thing that can help you to identify a fish fork is if it's got a slight indentation on one of the tines. So you may see that all of the 4 tines look the same, but then one on the edge has a little scoop in it. So once you see a hole like that at the table, you know it's not for the fried rice and chicken. And then you've got your salad fork. Usually when you go to a restaurant, even in Ghana, in most places, you will find that there are 2 forks and 2 knives, right? Half the time, there's a shorter fork. The shorter fork is for your starter or your salad or whatever it is that's coming first. And the longer fork is for your main meal. Sometimes we sit at the table and we just grab any of them and get on with it. The trick when you sit at the table and you see the setup is start from the outside and then work your way in. So whether there's 5 forks and 5 knives or whatever, just start from the outside. Another trick, I've got 3 forks here, I've got 3 knives here, but then I've got a spoon after that, and then I've got a teaspoon. What that suggests is that there's going to be a soup course before even the regular starter. So if you see 4 items on one side and 3 over here, the first thing that you're going to be served, it means that you're eliminating the cutlery. So you take the one that's on the extreme side, and that's the one that belongs to the first thing that you're served, which is very likely to be soup. As soon as you see a spoon by the side of the knives, it means that there's soup coming. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to tell you about the trick for drinking soup that I mentioned. The trick for drinking soup is that you scoop it away from you You know, usually we eat like this, towards us, take the food towards us. When you're drinking soup, scoop it from this side rather than from this side. So you're drinking it away from you. Can I have some help with the microphone?
So here's your soup plate, or whether it's soup bowl you're serving it. So you're not drinking it like this. You're taking your soup like this, and then
You're conveying it to your mouth. You know when you take the soup, you usually have some residue falling off, a few drops, and that's the one that usually lands in your shirt or in your clothes, for which reason you wear the bib. But since you're big boys and big girls and not ladies and not wearing bibs, the way to do it is to scoop your soup away from you this way. By the time the soup travels across the plate and reaches here, the first drop would have fallen. By the time it gets here, the second drop would have fallen in. By the time you move it to your mouth, there's nothing else to fall like this. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So please, next time you're drinking your soup with a spoon, don't go this way so you don't need to wear it. Scoop it away from you and allow it to travel and shed the residues, and then you take it to your mouth. When you sit down, you place your napkin on your lap because we are not tucking our napkin into our collar because we're not ladies. We're not listening to what the men and the women tell us. We're not ladies, we're grown-ups. The thing with your napkin when you pick it up is that you fold it this way. So you've got 2/3 of the napkin on the bottom and then 1/3 on top. Can you see it? Let me try to come closer. So instead of having your napkin folded in two like this, so this is a napkin. Instead of folding it like this, having it folded in two, you visualize folding the napkin in three, right? So let's say that if I were holding the napkin in three, I would go like this, but I'm not going like that. I fold just 1/3 of it, and then the napkin sits on my lap with the fold towards me. The trick here is that you've got a double layer on this part of your lap, which is going to be exposed, the gap between the table and your lap. If you accidentally drop anything, what this fold allows you to do is to either fold it over quickly, or it allows you to control. When you hold it over, you're holding it over to conceal it so that people don't see that you've got food scattered on your lap. But then if it's something that has any measure of wetness as well, you protect your clothing by having the double layer of the napkin. So if anything falls on it, before the stain would reach your outfit, you would have caught it. So that's the reason why it's done this way, to protect your outfit and to help you to hide whatever you need to hide. Apart from protecting your outfit, the main use of your napkin is just to wipe your lips as you eat. Sometimes we grab our napkins and this. The napkin, remember I said the napkin is not for our faces. So if you need to use your napkin, as it's sitting on your lap, you just grab it from the middle. When you pull it out, you already have a fold like this. And then you just wipe. Gently, whatever it is you need to wipe. And then it will go back onto your lap. But over here, tell me how I look. Sure, I look ridiculous. So when you do this, this is how you look. You don't want to look like that. So please let's handle our napkins properly when we find ourselves in the table setting. As I said, we work our way from the inside, from the outside in. Here, like I said, there was this bowl, so that indicates that there was going to be a soup course. Once the soup course goes, this will be taken away. And then you would have your other courses and your plates and whatever else to do with it. one thing we need to remember, and sometimes I've heard people say to me, oh, but it's just tricky. And I said, no, it's not. If you're holding your cup properly, you will not have to have any food dropping or not being able to touch your food properly or anything. So the correct way to hold your cutlery is to angle it like this. Your finger just goes right to the back of the fork, all the way out this way, and just have it resting in your palm like this. I'm sure those at the front can see, but if you're all the way in the back, you may not. You'll see a little bit so that you can bear it in mind. If you're holding your fork around here, your level of control is reduced. If you hold it here, you've got your index finger giving it all the pressure that you may need as you touch your food, and you've got the edge of your palm giving it the support. So this does not shake, this does not move, even if you're cutting the toughest piece of meat. Your fork is not going to get wonky in your hand. The trick to eating like a lady and a gentleman is also not to saw our food as we cut. We're not sawing food. So it's cutting it gently. It behooves me all the time to mind the way that I speak, to mind the way that I act, to mind the way that I dress. Not only to earn respect for myself, but for people to think, oh, she's from UPSA. Wow. And that is what I wish that we all do, so that whenever you show up anywhere, the reaction is, wow. Are we going to try and do that? I want for us to do a dining tutorial. Can we have a few volunteers? Volunteers? Anybody? To try out all the things that we're talking about? Where are my volunteers? Yay! And now we got our D. So is this correct? I didn't do this setup. Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. But this is wrong. So if you go somewhere, I'm particularly notorious for doing this. I go somewhere, and unfortunately for me, I did it at somebody's house, and I felt so bad after I did it. I did it, and then I realized, oops! But anyway, so the glasses were to my left, and then I quickly moved them to my right. So in a setup like this, you would find that the water glass is the one. If it's done correctly, the water glass should be the one that's in here. Oh, the water glass. You don't have water throughout. So the water glass doesn't leave here. So that is the one that should be inward and towards you. Your wine glass. So in this case, they don't care whether you're drinking wine, red wine or white wine. It's a general one. So whatever you want. So this is our restaurant in Akotiaman's kitchen. This is not, let me make myself up small, even though it has nothing to do with me. This is not the highly intensive. Every time I walk through that restaurant, whoever I'm with, I don't feel like eating at home today. And they have such a laugh. So your wine glass, or any other glass that's on the table, can be going back and forth. For example, with this setup, where we've got all these, in this case, this wine glass, because while you're sorting out the food, I'll be doing this because we're running out of time. So this wine glass one, because this is a formal setting, this is your water goblet. What is this one here? Wine glass. Yes, indeed, this is a wine glass. But it is a type of wine glass. and not blanket wine glass. So this is your red wine glass. Now your red wine glass is the only one of your stemware that you hold by the bowl. Because ideally, red wine is served and enjoyed most at room temperature. The reason why you hold some stemware by stem only and red wine glasses by bowl is because of the interaction between your body heat and the temperature of the drink. So you're supposed to preserve the temperature of red wine as it's served. And so, if you're standing in an air-conditioned room, chances are that your red wine is going to change temperatures. But as you handle it by the bowl, there's an interaction between your body temperature and the drink, and so you prevent it from becoming too cold. That's the reason why you hold your red wine by the bowl and not by the stem. All other drinks that serve the stemware, the same logic applies. If you held your champagne this way, you know champagne is best enjoyed when it's cold, really chilled. If you're holding your champagne glass this way, it will get warm very, very quickly. And then you won't enjoy it by the time you reach halfway. So you hold your champagne glass by the stem and away from the part that has the cold drink. The same applies with cocktails and any other drinks that are served to you in stemware. Hold it by the stem to preserve the temperature of it so that you can enjoy it for a longer period. So this one here, which was also wine glass, yes it is wine glass, but this is your white wine glass. The difference between your red wine glass and your white wine glass is that, I think I need some help with the mic so I can hold them next to each other for you to see. Can you see these two? Is there a difference? See, one is bigger than the other and longer than the other. The red wine glass, so if you see two wine glasses on the table, your red wine glass is the bigger one. It has a longer stem and it has a wider and taller bowl. Your white wine glass, on the other hand, would have a slightly shorter stem. It would have a smaller bowl. If you want to go into the different kinds of wines and the glasses that they're consumed with, that's another long story. There are more than 10 different kinds of red wine glasses. But generally, and this is the most basic information that you need to know, is that between the two, when you see these two glasses on the table and you're being served red wine and you need to, whoever's serving you wants you to help them, please take the bigger one for the red wine and the smaller one for your white wine. And remember, you're holding this by the bowl and you're holding this by the stem. I know that sometimes we hold our stemware in a way that's a bit interesting. I've seen people holding wine glasses like this, propose a toast, and you see the glass go up like, yay! But the whole idea is to hold it elegantly. So hold it with whatever measure of delicacy you can. All you need is your thumb on the top of the glass and at least 2 fingers on the other side, that's being on the outside. That's not to say you hold it like this. It will fall out of your hands if you're not mindful. So you either support it with 2 fingers on the inside, so it's almost like these inside, these outside, that there, and you've got optimal control of the glass. Or if you want to do 3, or some people hold it like this, which is also fine. It's a matter of preference and your own style. So you can have all your 4 fingers, but it's just that you don't have as much control as if you had some fingers on the other side as well. Then your grip is firmer. If you have mastered the art and you wish to hold your glass this way, your thumb on the inside, your 4 fingers on the outside, then cheers to you. You're also likely, in a very formal setting, to see this shorter baby wine glass, right? This was also wine glass, right? So we will call it the baby. Now this one is a sherry glass.
So it's not a wine glass. And your sherry glass is very likely to be sitting somewhere over here. I'll send you an image so you'll be able to identify where they sit. And I'll send you an explanation of the reasons why. Good old, the use for the sherry glass. Oh, it's for drinking sherry. So if there was an aperitif or... So your sherry is a kind of liqueur. And I'm not saying liquor. I said liqueur. No, there's liquor and there's liqueur. They're two different things. Just as there's suit and there's sweet. Two different things. S-U-I-T-E is sweet. S-U-I-T is suit. Like suit. Okay? Now this is liquor with O-U-R, and there's liqueur that has an E over there. I'm sure you've seen the two words. So your sherry is a kind of liqueur. If you were being served something like a martini, that's a sherry. You don't drink alcohol. And this one, it's big boys and big girls languages. You're a good boy, you're a small boy. So see me in chambers and I'll show you what liqueur is.
As I always say to people, etiquette and manners are not one and the same. Etiquette provides the framework within which good manners thrive. So understanding the etiquette of Ghanaian dining or Ghanaian culture does not mean that you understand the etiquette of Asian dining or Asian culture. Whereas we are taught, close your mouth when you're eating. Don't talk while you're eating. If you find yourself in an environment where you have, say, a Chinese host, and you go and sit there, let's say they invited you home to eat, and your wife have cooked for you. In the first place, if an Asian invites you to your home tonight, that's the highest level of respect we are extending to you. You don't tell them, oh, let's go to a restaurant, you take it as an insult. And then you go to their homes and you're eating. In their culture, they eat smacking their lips. There's a whole orchestra going on in their mouths when they're eating. Is this a Bush behavior? No, that's their culture. If you do it in Europe, that's Bush. You do it in Ghana, that's Bush. But for them, that's their culture. And so if your wives are cooked for you, and you're not doing all the acoustics, and literally having the bowl in your hand and just thinking like, I mean, watch your grandmother probably slap your back or if you ate like that at home. But for them, that's the way of showing that you're really enjoying the food and you really appreciate it. So understanding the cultural nuances helps you to put your best foot forward always. If you found yourself in a place where you needed to impress an Arab, for example, you know